So let's take a look. Pete Prisco from CBSSports.com has ranked his top 100 NFL players for the upcoming season. Number 1 is Aaron Darnold, 2 Aaron Rodgers, 3 Patrick Mahomes. We get down to 9 and you have Myles Garrett. And I would say if Myles Garrett was healthier, he'd probably be up a little higher, but he's at 9. Nick Chubb checks in at 47. The aforementioned underappreciated Joel Betonio knocking on the top 50 in the league at 51. They ranked Deshaun Watson down at 83, and I would say that's likely because of the suspension. They expect him, and he mentions hadn't played in 2 years. There's legal issues that could keep him out. And then honorable mention, they have Amari Cooper, Denzel Ward. When you look at those, I think Myles Garrett would be higher if he hadn't been hurt at the end of each of the last 2 years. 1 year it was COVID that got him for a number of games. Last year he played the last couple of seasons basically, or the last couple of games last season basically on one leg because of the groin injury. So those kind of hampered his numbers. Otherwise, he's knocking on that top 5, I think.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, yeah, you might not have Watson for a little bit, but you still got Myles Garrett, right? And by the way, think about how insane it is that, like, and I'm not saying this is an insane ranking, how insane it is that Aaron Donald's at 1 and nobody's really debating that. That's Aaron Donald. Like, at some point, we got to start talking about just like where all time he ranks, because the idea that he's above, and I'm not even disputing this, Patrick Mahomes, and guys like that, Aaron Rodgers, a back-to-back MVP, tells you how great he is. Like, we can start landing down lists of players that are all-time greats, right? We did this last time with Warren Sapp. And we're like, man, it's crazy to think this, but Aaron Donald is so much better than Warren Sapp. He is a dominant player, one of the greatest players to ever play defense. And in an era with insane defensive players, right? We're talking about the Bosa brothers. We're talking about TJ Watt. We're talking about Myles Garrett, Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald has been great enough to have guys like that, one of what guys, be lost in the shuffle. Just a tremendous career Aaron Donald has had so far, and just a tremendous player. And to think he was the 13th pick of his draft. Yeah, the year the Browns took Justin Gilbert and Johnny Manziel. Just insane to think that, right? You know, hey, Aaron Donald just. I was high on Aaron Donald coming out of Pitt. I thought he should have been the #1 pick of that draft that year. I was like the only person saying that. But he has exceeded even my expectations, and I thought the world of him coming out of Pitt. Just a fantastic player.
Yeah, every time you mention that draft with Justin Gilbert and Johnny Manziel, I hold my head because I get a headache thinking about that.
It was an all-time first round, Dave. There were 25 Pro Bowlers in that draft. It was statistically hard for the Browns to pick the 2 guys who would be out the league in 2 years. It was statistically difficult for them to mess up that draft. Not even get a starter, mind you, right? Like, they passed on so many people to draft. Justin Gilbert, Khalil Mack. Remember, they had the 4th pick of the draft that year. They traded back.
That's one we would like to forget.